All right, welcome to more Genshin Impact. Um, if you watch a lot of my streams, sorry about the crash yesterday. I honestly don't know why OBS crashed. I went through the logs and there was no error code, there was no failed whatever. I've got nothing. So I'm trying a couple of new things today. I changed a couple of settings. We're gonna hope that works better. I'm waiting for my service provider to give me a new Ethernet thing, so we're gonna wait for that, hope that works. Until then, we suffer. Yay, boo. Anyway, today we are doing Mawika and Lali story quests.
I see the
really
value in my
want
own work,
to
but I also see the meaning.
I have too many quests in my... I almost said inventory. You know what? My quest inventory. Sure, why not? Let's call it that. I want to do... Which one of these is the music thing? Is it this one? I think it's this one. Yeah, it says song performance. Surely this isn't that long, right? Like, surely. So let's go ahead and do To the Winds of Freedom first, so that I have access to this game mode.
I believe I will continue to take pride in fulfilling my duties.
What am I doing? First of all, Shilonin. Second of all, rollerblading. Oh, when you're not in Natland, you can't rollerblade for like any length of time at all. Feels bad.
That's quite a crowd of...
Whoops.
Hi everyone. I'm Sansa, and I'm working on becoming a bard. Thanks for coming out today, and I guess I'll start the song now.
I can honestly say I did not expect this to be voiced.
All goes quiet on Star Snatch Cliff. High in the trees, all is... Oh wait, sorry, that's not right.
I like your speaking voice more than I like your singing voice.
High in the trees, no whiff of the wind, no sign of the birds, no flapping of wings. Then it goes... Pause! Pause for a moment, and... Oh.
What are we watching?
Oh gosh, this is so embarrassing. I'm making a complete mess of this. I didn't get tongue-tied at all on the 42nd time, or the 90th time. So why can't I get it right now?
I'm sorry, you didn't get tongue-tied in the 42nd or the 90th time? How many times have you practiced this to only have not gotten tongue-tied those two specific times?
The 42nd and 90th time? Yep. I rehearsed this 100 times to try and perfect my performance. So, this is my 101st time playing this song, but my first time performing it live.
So you have a 2% success rate and you decided to throw caution to the wind and go ahead and perform live? Good for you, man.
I really thought it would go well this time, but nope. I blew it again. Though not for lack of practice, surely. I guess I need to figure out what I was doing right on my 42nd and 90th attempts and keep practicing.
At least she's trying. Maybe the problem isn't the amount of practice, but something else.
Right. That amount of practice should have been more than enough. If it still isn't working, maybe it's more a question of how you've been practicing. Actually, the Traveler here has loads of experience with performing music. Why don't you tell us what your method is? Maybe we can give you some suggestions.
Well, this is her first time performing in front of an audience. She should have, like, I don't know, started performing for, like, a friend first, and then, like, slowly grown her audience to be more than one person. I don't know. Oh, please. I dabble.
And, Paimon can give you pro tips from an audience perspective. As a highly seasoned and professional audience person.
Aw, that's so kind of you. I'm touched that you're willing to help me. Give me a second. Let me just check my notes. Or, actually, why don't I just give you my notes so you can read them for yourself?
Sure.
Notes about what?
Why have a conversation with me when I could just read your notes instead?
Just things I jot down after each practice. Stuff to watch out for, areas to improve on, etc. Oh, but you can ignore the second half. That's just my random thoughts on other people's performances and trying out different instruments.
The worn-out notebook records Sansa's detailed reflections on her rehearsals, but the random thoughts in the second half are quite verbose. It sounds like less like journaling and more like an essay or research report.
Whoa, this is denser than the encyclopedias in the Mondstadt library. So are you like a music scholar, collector, librarian?
Well, my parents always hoped I'd become a scholar, so they made me take classes in all of those things and more. But now, I'm applying everything I've learned in academia to becoming a bard.
I mean, that sounds logical, but feels off somehow.
Well, I'm all ears. Where do you think I'm going wrong? Have I misunderstood some core principles of music theory, perhaps? Or am I approaching my rehearsals wrong?
Is it soul? Is she lacking soul? I'm not sure I'm qualified to answer that.
Paimon never knew being a bard was such hard work. The tone-deaf bard always makes it look so easy. He never seems stressed out at all. And still, his singing and lyre playing always sound really great. Unless he's actually been practicing in secret.
I mean, sure, we can get you tips from other people, but I feel like everyone's approach to art is different, and that's part of what makes it so interesting. Oh, Venti is not voiced. Looking for me, Storm?
Venti!
Ah! Tone-deaf bard, where did you come from?
Which wind brought you here? Oh, the puns. We went there. Why, the sweet wind of reminiscence, of course. Sweet with a hint of exotic flora, blowing from a land far away.
Well, Paimon sure hasn't missed that attitude.
I have. Actually, I was just out taking a stroll in the countryside when inspiration struck me like an apple falling from a tree. So I grabbed a leaf and hastily wrote down a few lines of verse. I can't say I have ever tried to write on a leaf, but I cannot imagine that it was easy. Also, if you're going to bother carrying around a pen to write with, bother carrying around a piece of paper to write on. But before I could finish, there was a whoosh.
A whoosh?
Yeah, the sound of a mischievous wind who insisted on being the first one to read my new poem. It whipped the leaf right out of my hand and whisked it away. I was about to give chase, but then I saw a dark silhouette appear and grabbed the leaf in its mouth. I sneezed a few times, and when I recovered, my second avid reader had vanished without a trace. Now I'm having the urge to sneeze again, just thinking about it.
So it must have been a cat that stole the leaf, right? And with your allergies, you can't exactly go chasing it down.
It's so funny that a god is allergic to cats. That's so unfortunate. We can help.
I can help too, Venti. Your music has always been a huge inspiration to me, so it would be my honor. And, after we find it, could I get some advice on songwriting from you? Sorry, I know I shouldn't spring that on you. I was just worried if I stayed quiet now, I might be too shy to ask later, and I didn't want to let the opportunity slip by, so I'm sorry. I hope I didn't make this weird.
It's fine. If problems are the veins on a leaf, inspiration is like the nutrients that flow through them. You've got to grab them when you can. So whatever questions you have, ask away. I'll gladly share my thoughts with you.
Wow, really? Okay, I'll just grab my... Wait, where's my notebook? Oh, it's right here. Sorry, give me a second.
Sansa frantically flicks through the questions page in her notebook, takes a deep breath, then explains her background and the issue she's having. I see. Well, it sounds like you've already mastered music theory and your instrument. I don't think you need my input on either of those.
Huh? But then, why did her performance go so badly despite all the effort she put in? There's gotta be a reason for it.
Anxiety and stage fright.
I guess I just lack that natural talent. Maybe I'm not meant to be a bard, huh?
I feel like natural talents don't make up that big a portion of artists. I mean, maybe they do, but a lot of people have to work really hard for their art. It doesn't always just come naturally. Don't sell yourself short, ma'am. Do you still remember why you wanted to become a bard in the first place?
Oh, let me think. Maybe it was a sense of yearning. Back when my parents forced me to stay in my room and study, I'd always hear this bard singing outside the window.
Venti.
His wonderful melodies and beautiful voice were like a soft breeze that stirred my heart. I remember thinking to myself, if I became a bard, could I be free like him?
Venti. Are you secretly stalking this lady?
Yeah, that's it. I wanted to be free and happy just like him. And like him, I wanted to share that joy with the whole world. But I get so nervous when I'm performing in front of a crowd. I try to mitigate that by doing plenty of practice to make sure nothing goes wrong. But it's no use. As soon as the performance starts, I get tongue-tied.
Well, I think you are a true bard.
What? But I can't even get my words out.
Didn't you say that you dreamed of becoming a bard for the sake of freedom and happiness? A bard's voice is like the wind. Nothing can tie it down, and nothing can stand in its way. Otherwise, you wouldn't have heard that bard's voice from your bedroom when you were studying. I do believe you're a true bard, but there's too much noise in your ears, and you've allowed that to drown out your own thoughts. That's what's holding you back. Stop worrying about what other people think.
Exactly. If you really want to share freedom and joy with the world, first you need to be the freest and happiest person of them all.
Nice, Paimon. Sounds like you have the makings of a bard too.
So, I've got to be my freest, happiest self in order to share that with others. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Oh, thank you all so much. I'll be sure to take that to heart.
Well, since we're all here, why not give it another shot with Storm and I accompanying you on our instruments? I'd be happy to, I guess.
In that case, Paimon will be the audience. Paimon is the most professional and freest audience you'll ever find.
Even the cat came back. Venti's gonna start sneezing any moment.
That was my first ever successful performance in front of a crowd. For once, I didn't stumble over my words. I'm so happy.
Yeah, you're 1 for 2 now. 50% success rate, that's good.
Once the music started, it felt like I became one with the wind. I could roam freely, and nothing could stop me.
The audience definitely felt it too. Look, even that cat came to check out the show. Wait, a cat?
Aha, it must be my second avid reader. Let's go ask it about its thoughts on my achoo.
Oh, charcoal. So it was you. I'm sorry, that's my neighbor's cat. Whenever I'm rehearsing, it always comes to sit on the windowsill and listen in.
What a cutie.
What was that in its mouth? Was it the leaf with Venti's poem?
Charcoal! That belongs to Venti. It's very important to him. Could you give it back? You've helped me so much. I feel bad that I have no way to repay you.
You've helped me plenty. You got my missing inspiration back, didn't you? That's a huge achoo. Did you like the poem, kitty? What a cutie. I love black cats. Obviously. Aw, you liked it? Not so close. No more peeking. I haven't finished writing it yet. What a friendly feline. My friends, I hope to see you at my next performance.
Gone like the wind.
I can hardly believe I got a personal lesson from Venti himself. I must find time to thank him properly. Oh, and of course, I owe you two a huge thank you as well. I can't offer much, but why don't you take this songbook? It's from back when I was studying. I noted down all kinds of tunes from many parts of the world. Maybe you'll find it useful. Oh, and as well as tunes, I also collected all kinds of instruments. You're welcome to try them out anytime you want. It'll be great to have another musician to trade tips with.
Awesome! We'll definitely take you up on that.
A repertoire of myriad melodies, a collection of sheet music given to you by Sansa the Bard. It contains musical scores and performance insights gathered from various nations, penned in such detail as to rival a musical encyclopedia. With such a collection at their disposal, a musician could play many enchanting melodies indeed. Okay. Well, that's done now. That's nice.
One more time.
Please stop saying new. I don't care. What's this? Ah, I have logged in. Yay. I'll clean that later. Also, I did continue pulling for Seat Lolly because I love her, and you want to see how that went? Want to see how that went? This is how that went. I lost my 50-50 to Moeka, and then had to basically go back up to Hard Pity, and then I lost the 50-50 on Seat Lolly. So, as you can see, I have no Primo Gems, so we will not be getting Seat Lolly sad face. Very upset. I really wanted Sea Lolly, but not enough to spend cash money. Anyway, let's go do one of these quests. I want to do Moeka's, but I kind of want to start with Sea Lolly. Not gonna lie, so I think that's what we're going to do. It should be this. Okay, take me here.